Gonna change the world.
Yeah.
With my hockey stick.
Yeah.
Gonna make a real difference.
Yeah.
Feed the poor and heal the sick.
Yeah. Let's go. Yeah.
Some ad libs
Yeah.
there. You guys like those?
Dropping it. We're coming off a big weekend.
We are.
A
We are.
big weekend.
One might say a star-studded weekend.
Star-studded. We All-Star weekend in Toronto. Chippy and I just took over.
Oh.
I mean,
Oh.
I don't like to brag or anything. I usually try to stay humble, but
Humble Jared, the most humble guy on earth. I'm joking.
I am the-
Yeah.
I am-
I'm sure he is humble.
I am the most humble. I'm more humble than
I am
anyone.
the most humble person
the
to
best.
ever
I'm the best at
walk
being humble.
this earth.
Don't even open your mouth. I'm so much better at being humble than you are.
Yeah, I'm the most humble person on earth.
No, I am.
It's impossible to be.
I was at the All-Star weekend too for one day. No.
Hayden was there.
I
didn't
got to
you
see the
there.
skills comp, which
I
I'm
didn't get to
happy
see ya.
about.
I didn't even know you were there.
I would've-
heard you were with Tay Vinci.
Yeah, Tay
You
from
were with Tay
Toe
Vinci.
Dragon.
So all the content creators got together. I mean, maybe not all, but a lot of them. We got Swaggy P, Zach Bell, Nasher, Pavel Barber, Chippy, myself, Hayden
on the bench.
on the bench,
Austin
high-end
Alexander,
hockey, Austin Alexander,
Tom
Stewart.
Oh, what a star-studded lineup of content
Holy-
creators, and they did the 3-on-3 tourney.
Yeah.
Oh
the
my
creator
goodness.
games.
Did it ever
It got nasty.
get nasty?
Got nasty.
It got real chippy out there.
Woo.
No pun intended.
All right, I'm just gonna put your guys' All-Star stories on the back burner.
Okay.
Okay. Hayden likes to do
Because
this.
people we're gonna rope them in. Think of the most crazy part of All-Star weekend for you.
Okay.
How about taking Jeff Hazy's
No.
shin off with a shinner?
Oh,
Sorry, Haz.
is that why I saw you post that on your story?
Sorry,
you said
yeah, I had to say sorry, bro.
ice and
I-
elevation or something.
I hit him hard. Dude.
We're out here trying to have a fun.
No,
content
this was
creators.
the finals. I was getting maimed by Barbs. Swaggy P was throwing weight around. It was not a fun final. I'll tell you that. It was fun, but it was played the way a Canadian finals outdoor rink game should be played, and it got some
I like
cross
it.
checks being thrown, some body weight, some shinners,
It got heated.
some poor sportsmanship when you're losing.
Stick lifts.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned for those
Stay
stories. They're
tuned.
coming because yeah, I did get real nasty.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna kick this episode off with a clip of the week. What's your like? We each came prepared.
Yep.
I got one.
With our favorite clip of the week in hockey.
Hey, what did we say last week when we do the clip of the week? Every week, Chippy's going to bring his own clip.
Yeah.
Oh, my favorite clip this week is the one that I posted.
Yeah. The only person I watch is myself.
I've watched this. This is my favorite clip. I've watched about 35 times. It's this highlight of me.
Oh my goodness.
Each of Chippy's accounts follows one account, and it's himself, his
Yeah,
other accounts.
And you know I like my own post too.
Yeah.
Right after I post my stuff, I'm the first like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta like your own stuff.
I never do. Never do.
That's well, you're leaving likes on the table, buddy.
No. Yes.
Likes don't matter.
So before
Experience
All-Star
matters.
weekend, we kicked it off. We showed Seth Jarvis saying like, "Too late, I'm going on vacation."
That's hilarious. You see his one on the.
Oh,
right?
Yeah, that's the clip that I'm pulling up here.
Oh,
Him-
bring it
Love
up.
it.
He gets asked if he's gonna sweat out the beers that he drank
Yeah, that
on
was
vacation,
classic.
and he's got the best comeback.
Before
from
you
that.
play it, let's just a better recap of. He's like they're talking to him about like, oh, are you gonna an All-Star? Are you gonna get voted? Oh no, thanks. I already have a non-refundable vacation booked to Mexico. I'm good.
Too late.
I'm good. Too
Let me
late.
also, let me
Uh,
preface also. I had met him at the Stadium Series last year.
Yeah.
I remember.
He's
Yeah.
one of the guys, like the only guys that came up to me and was like,
Yeah.
"Yo, Chippy." I sat there and talked with him for probably like 15, 20 minutes.
He's a real
He's
funny
a
dude.
beauty, man. So I gave him one of my hats, and he ended up sending me a message like wearing it at a
Nice.
restaurant. I was like,
Oh, that's
dope.
sick.
So Seth Jarvis is an absolute
All
beauty.
right, so set up this clip. They asked him, yeah, hey, are you gonna sweat out all the beers that you had on vacation?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And then I'll play it.
All right, let's go.
I don't drink, so it's nothing to sweat out. I was in the gym most of the time there, just take care of the body.
And then he can't even keep a straight face.
I hope I sweat out all the beer. I think it's all good.
So that was the clip.
I love it. Yeah, I don't drink, nothing to sweat out, and I was in the gym pretty much the whole time, just taking care of my body.
And then he just smirks. Yeah.
Laughs. That's
Just taking
so-
care of
Yeah.
my body.
So I just love that because after all of the All-Star festivities, they're getting back into the league, and
yep.
he really leaned into like, because how it went to All-Star Weekend. He's like, nope, I'm going on vacation, right?
Yeah.
He's like, no, of course, I'm just training.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
whole vacay.
That's a great one too.
Yeah, I was running on the beach, swimming,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
getting the weights up.
That's just like a beauty, like
Beauty answer.
showing some personality. Like that's like rare in the
Yes.
NHL for an NHL
We
interview
need
to
that.
like have a little bit of comedy and a little bit of like
Exactly.
some realness, like some actual like just mojo. I like to call that. That's mojo. That is absolute mojo right there.
Love it. My clip of the week. Just saw it on BR Open Ice. It's a Selly, and I'm going to talk about Sellies here because I came up with the most genius one. I'll let you know after this one. But basically, the kid, I've never seen this Selly before. He's coming down, good offensive stick lift, snipes on the tendy. He puts his stick blade up in the air, puts his glove on the stick blade, and he poses like he's taking a selfie after he just
Oh.
scored the goal.
With the teammates
And-
behind him,
And
too.
the teammates all rushed behind him, so you can see the teammates all posing. So I like that. That's good.
I got a bone to pick with these sellies,
Okay, that's
Okay,
interesting that you do.
and that's gonna lead to actually my clip and
Oh,
why
okay.
it got a lot of talk. Like so, am I bringing mine up now?
Oh wait. Hold on. Before you get into that, I thought of the most. It's never been done before, and we talked about taking a slap shot. How it's like if it works, it's awesome. If it
on a
doesn't-
penalty shot.
On a penalty
Oh,
shot.
Right. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
How about this? I'm gonna one up that. I'm calling this the pre-selly. You get a penalty shot.
Mm-hmm.
You push the puck forwards. You get down on one knee. You put your stick up in the air. You sweep the ice like you've already scored.
That's obnoxious.
Oh my gosh, would it ever be? And then you get up and you score.
That's
And then
That's more obnoxious than what's his face in the All-Star game pointing and picking his corner.
Owen Nolan.
Dominic
on
Hasek.
Hasek, yeah.
Like that
Is that
was like the most goated thing because it was like that was Sty.
it worked?
But-
it worked.
Selling before he even scored.
Could you
that's a
imagine?
little-
that's mojo.
I'm throwing it out there. I'm throwing out
Is that manifestation?
the pre-selly.
Could you call that
You're,
manifestation?
you're like, I already imagine it going in. You're done.
You just know it's going in. The pre-selly.
No, that's obnoxious. I don't like
Oh,
that.
it's terrible. It's absolutely horrendous. But it'd be hilarious. I wouldn't do it. But but it'd be hilarious if one person had the
Yeah.
gall to do it.
That-
All right, so
Oh,
let's bring up.
I'm just looking at my
Shippies.
account. I didn't know that
You posted
every time
100 times.
No, every time I did a title, like I always do it over top of the.
yeah,
Now
the title on TikTok.
on TikTok, it doesn't show. Like it just looks terrible.
Oh, the titles
Because
on
it's not as
titles.
tall. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's all right.
okay. It's okay.
You notice everyone you put a title on got more views.
You're getting the views.
Yeah.
You're
All right,
getting
which
the
clip are you
views.
showing here? You got a bunch. I don't-
No, I'm gonna show the
Not the clinic.
the
It's this one right here.
589. Yeah. So I got a bone to pick with the Selly. Let's just. So let me just do the preface. Don't play
Sure,
it yet.
sure.
All right.
It's 3-on-3
Mhm.
creator game All-Star
Yep.
Nathan Phillips Square
Mhm.
downtown Toronto.
Sunny day.
Sunny day Saturday.
Crowds out.
Crowds out.
Chippy fans everywhere.
Chippy fans everywhere. I'm getting a little nervous. I haven't played in front of this big of a crowd probably ever.
Mm-hmm.
No one was really showing up to those games in AAA, but it's opening game. Coach Jer's on the blue team. Zach Bell, Alexei.
Alexis Morita.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Alexei
it's
Morita.
and then it's Swaggy.
Elite edge work that guy
It's
has.
Swag-
It's Swaggy P, Coach Chip on the bench boys, Mike Ricci. We had Waps in net, and did I say everybody? Am I missing somebody?
I think you pretty much got them all.
Mag was the coach. So it's about face off. We win the face off. 30 seconds into the game, Chippy's blasting up the left wing, a ton of speed. Jer's a little bit flat-footed.
A little bit, yeah.
Probably not expecting me to be coming this hard in the first 10 seconds of the game.
Jer's still feeling out the
Honestly, it's
complete
actually-
level.
I mean, I just pushed you to the
It's
outside.
decent. It's actually decent defense.
That's not on me. I pushed you to the outside.
Yeah,
You did the bad ice.
You didn't
I
give.
kept you
You
from the
literally gave
inside.
me no ice, and I had to do a quick little backhand to forehand,
Uh-huh.
and I put this thing under the bar. Literally first shot of the game of the tournament. Bar Dizzle. Look at the Selly, the no Selly
And-
Selly, and that's what I have a bone to pick with these Sellies. How cold is this?
Oh yeah.
I
Just-
score a beauty and just.
the Selly was you kind of sheathed the stick to the side really quick, but that was all you did.
That's all I did. It was just I was getting ready to do a little.
Boom.
fu-
And a little
Oh
fist bump.
my
Fist bump.
goodness! Look at this. No Selly is crazy, Coach Chip, and then I go Been there before. Been there before.
Elite.
And then what's this other comment here?
Oh, what's that? Yeah. User 84.
I wonder who that is. Yeah.
Yeah,
User
not
848474.
Oh my goodness, but
And then I look at my phone and I'm logged in as that account.
yeah.
No, Selly is how I always do it. Like I don't ever celebrate. It's
That's
like
what I'm saying. I don't,
act like
I
you've
would
been there
never,
before.
Yeah, act like you've been
Act
there.
like you've been there before. And the only sell you do is a fist bump to your teammates.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Right? You don't need that these huge crazy sellies.
Yeah, exactly.
But this clip got on the Instagram there. I had big Drake. Drake threw a little big like on that.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
Oh yeah.
Champagne
Big
Pappy threw a big like down that one.
Wow, that's a good one.
And then there was also play that one of me. This is a little battle.
Battling with
Alexei.
So what we're saying is everybody go to Coach Chippy's account, watch all his clips.
Watch. I had to look at the internet.
I know.
Let's go look at the. He showed TikTok he can actually play hockey.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. It was a coming out event for Coach Chip. No one knew that I could play, and I did claim I was the best outdoor rink player in the world.
You did, yep.
I did claim
Yep.
that.
I was telling Jeremy yesterday because I saw this clip. I said that you really were working the corners against Alex here because he's got elite edges and he got good position,
Yep.
but
Look at
you
that
took care of the
body.
stick,
Look
so
at
you were more
Look at the
strategic
spin
about
off. Look at the spin off. This is clinical.
All right,
Look
all
at the
right.
spin. Look at the spin right here.
Let's move on. Let's move
Oh
on.
my
Come
goodness.
on.
All right, let's talk
Clinical
about the
spin.
rest of All-Star
E-
weekend.
Exactly.
What was your guys?
Let's
What was
go
the
to
highlight for each of you?
The shootout competition.
I love the new format of the All-Star. I thought it was really exciting to watch the skills comp.
Yep.
Right? I like that that you get to see all the best guys compete in multiple events, and that like McDavid's not opting out, although McKinnon didn't go into the fastest skater, which is weird. He must have had like an injury or something. I don't know.
If you watch the clip of McDavid skating around the ice, like when you're in the arena, even it doesn't do it justice unless you're down low.
He nicked the pylons. Is that?
He did.
A
I mean,
flag?
there's little light, whatever. Like I think it's
His skate still went around it. It was just
Yeah.
his like knee hit it because he's
I mean,
leaning so much.
He's taking the inside edge. It's like if you're doing NASCAR and you hit the rumble strip a little bit or whatever.
Well, when
Still on
you
the
when
track.
you watch
Still
him,
on the track.
he takes the most aggressive angle on the corners.
Well, that's what
He
I'm
keeps
saying.
his skate
Everyone
moving.
else
I feel
was
you
like
have
in
to
the
not
middle.
touch it. I feel like that should be part of it.
Oh,
You think?
penalty.
Oh, 100%.
Penalty for him.
You should not be
Or
able to
like
touch
a
the
point
pylons.
0.5-second
Yeah,
penalty
a
or
point-
something.
Yeah, 100%.
Mm.
100%.
I mean, that's a lot. Half a second is like.
But
the
you're
edge
cutting
to-
the edge, but the other guy.
He beat them by like 0.1 second. Was the next closest guy, right?
Here's
Marcel?
something crazy. Is I think it was like Ethan Frank or something in the AHL beat McDavid's time, but for the AHL skills comp.
Mm.
But in the AHL they push the nets up, so the guys are skating through the crease.
Oh, so it's not as far.
It's yeah, they're like
Oh,
they're
what?
they're shrinking the ice a little bit.
Yeah.
But people in the comments are like, oh my gosh, how's this guy faster than McDavid? There's no way, right? But
Yeah.
They just
Yeah, that's crazy.
Jesse Pollock's faster too if you put it around the center ice circle.
yeah, I could have beat him around Nathan Phillips Square in a
Oh,
faster
yeah,
time.
I want to try. Fast. I want to see what my time would be.
To be honest, it wouldn't be too far off the NHL guys.
It'd be like 14.5 probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
Like-
Like our best lap would be about 1 second slower, roughly, maybe a little more.
Yeah.
It'd be my guess, yeah.
Yeah, what
With
was,
a few
who was the-
warm-up
who
laps.
finished last? Was it Nylander?
So I think it was Nylander. It was the slowest.
Really? Oh.
I did that video with Rasmus Dahlin and with Biz Nasty,
Yeah.
and I didn't want to put pressure on I didn't think I was going to put pressure on, but I'm like, I want to make this easy.
Yeah.
So we did.
You coasted the last
exactly
before
So we
stopping,
did, we did
yeah.
goal line to
Oh,
goal line and
I
back,
would never do that.
and
I would
Dude,
never do that.
so number one, Rasmus, their people said, no, you're not doing fastest skater comp, right?
Mm.
You can't do it in the video. I said, okay, because I had submitted like my ideas. They said,
you were
yeah.
gonna dummy him because you were gonna dummy him in the fast.
Well, they saw me on YouTube and Instagram, like, no, like we can't have him losing to you. So they said, no, it's because they don't want him to like blow an edge and go into the boards,
Yeah.
right?
And also it's like
he's a professional.
he's been
hockey
on the
player.
ice all
Part of the
day.
game,
Exactly.
man.
Yeah, it's part of the game. But if he's like messing around in some YouTube video and then catches an edge and slides full tilt in the boards and injures himself, well, that's I just messed up the Buffalo Sabres. No, actually, that
so
would've
then
been
you
me.
pressured him.
They
into
messed
doing-
up their own.
Hey,
career.
you pressured him into doing it anyway.
No, Biz
and then got-
Nasty. Biz Nasty did. He's like, "Are we doing fastest skater? Can we do fastest skater? We're doing fastest skater, right?" And I'm like,
Because he wants to see how he stacks
yeah.
up.
and then Darlene's like, "Well, yeah, I guess we can."
That's hilarious.
Anyways, but you could tell he didn't want to.
Yeah.
So I went off full tilt off the start, and you can hear him. He's like, "Oh no," in the video.
I edited that. I
Yeah.
boosted the audio for
He's like,
him.
oh, come on. But then you can hear, what's his name? Biznasty. He's like, oh, those are some choppy strides.
Wait, so who won?
Darlene.
Yeah, Darlene won. Biznasty was just behind him, and I was just behind Biznasty. Like it
Jeremy
wasn't.
coasted to before stopping at the red line, and then coasted on the way.
Yeah,
back
so I
as well.
skated full tilt, but then like I glided maybe like 15 feet to the goal line
Ah.
just to take a little of the edge off, and then I skated and like glided a little bit coming in, and it's the
I would have
thing.
gone so hard. I would have won that win so bad. I beat him. I haven't released the video yet. I beat him in the horse game horse.
Anyways, well, all I'm saying is that the difference between it'd be like 14.5 if we did a full lap and 13.5 for the pros. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's the difference.
That's still long. Yeah, like seconds are long.
Second, yeah. If you put it like head to head, it would look.
Yeah, it'd be like they'd be like, like a blue line ahead. Like
On the note of the skills competition, I'd say that the highlight of not just the skills competition but the whole weekend was they called it the one-on-one, but it's like basically a
I
1
love
minute
that.
long shootout.
Yeah, I loved it.
And like Nylander ended up winning it. He was the first to
they
go.
were gassed. Those
Yeah.
guys were-
Oh,
Well,
that's a
you're
lot of skating.
basically you're skating like how many shots do you think they got? Like 10 in a
Yeah.
minute? Probably at least for some of them.
It was smart that they lined the first like 5 up in the slot.
And those are only worth 1 point.
Yeah.
Then the blue line
They
ones.
should- I wanted someone to
2
shoot
points.
them all. I just wanted to shoot.
I know. How come McCarr? He had only like 8 seconds left. There were 6 pucks on the blue line. Why didn't you just clap them all? Bop, 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 bop.
I mean the percentages, right? Usually you're scoring from the blue line with like 6 people in the way in front of the net.
No, I was thinking they should.
Goalie's not going to miss it from the blue line.
I know, but it'd be
They
funny
shoulda-
to get use up
Well,
all
they
his
should have
pucks.
just shot the 5 that were ones and then had all the time to do the double.
Yeah. I mean that's strategy, right? Like maybe next year they'll be like I'm going to do it differently, right?
Yeah.
They get a second shot at it and they're like I'm going to snipe the first 2, then do one move, then snipe the next one, then go to the blue line. Like the different strategies for different players.
That's the other thing. You don't need to give the goalie any time to recover.
Play to your strengths.
So there's a lineup there, just toe drag release,
Oh,
left
shoot
side, right
one
side,
side,
left side,
right-
right side, left side, right side, and then go get the pucks from the blue line.
Maybe we'd win it just by doing that.
Because how much time they waste by like going in, deking, and then turning back for the ones
Yeah.
versus just maybe try rip a couple, maybe get one of them because they only scored like 1 or 2.
Yeah, each of them only got a few goals.
Yeah,
There was no one who like really dominated. But I just love how the
Nylander
goalies.
actually lit it up. a
Yeah,
little
he did.
He
did
got
really
9 points
Yeah.
total.
Yeah.
So he scored 5?
well. I don't know.
I think he scored a few of the first ones and then
Yeah.
2 of the blue line ones.
I kind of liked the format, how it was like very competitive. Like,
Yeah.
there was only the players that were out there
Exactly.
Yeah.
There wasn't all this other chaos happening. Like it was actually pretty intense.
Yes.
Like it was actually like.
It was a fun
decently
watch.
that's
competitive,
what you
like-
want. You want them to actually care.
And there wasn't like half an hour in between events.
No, they switched.
It was
over
like
quickly.
5 to 10 minutes tops between,
Yeah.
which gave you time. You could almost go to the concessions more frequently.
I just
Like,
had
like-
everything ordered in my
Yeah.
seat.
Like from what I've heard,
didn't
the
move.
skills competition
From
from what I've heard in past years, the skills competition has been like a drag to watch, like because it lasts too long. There'd be certain things that were happening outside of the rink that you couldn't even see. They're just broadcasting
how
it.
about
So then you're just sitting there for like half an hour.
for the
wa-
live one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But like this, when I went there, I was like pleasantly surprised. I was like, this feels like there's constant action or
Yep.
things happening. They had music in between.
Yep.
They
How
had it
about-
really organized.
How about I was up in the section 3 hundos there, and I have some guys barking at me behind, like
Yeah.
they've had a couple pops, and then so I look back, and then all of a sudden there's like police. There's this guy, like strangleholding another guy.
Oh, no.
Like three rows above. And the police come out, and all they start. I'm like, this is more interesting than the All-Star game. I'm like, what the hell's happening up there? Like,
so the police are like, we got a Coach Chippy hater here. Let's
no,
take him
This
out.
guy, it was getting this guy like choked the guy out, and then he left, and then he came back, and then the police officer comes. I'm like, what is going on right now? Like,
So how'd that happen? The guy's like, you suck, Coach Chippy.
I
No,
don't
he
even
doesn't. I'm his
know,
fan.
man.
No, he's terrible. He's not. You want to fight? I'm gonna.
it was insane.
Someone was
I like,
defending
what is
Chippy's honor.
happening? It's,
Yeah.
it's a skills comp on a Friday night, and these guys are
You know,
like,
come to think of it,
about to get
Yeah,
arrested.
who
in
fights
the,
at a skills comp?
about to get arrested
What's-
in the thing.
how
I
does
was
that
there's no
happen?
opposition. Yeah.
this is
it's
insanity.
Amazing what happens with alcohol. But come to think of it, I was in the 300s with Tay, and he fought someone. So I don't know. No, just kidding.
Yeah, apparently, yeah, they said they were getting after a little bit. A couple of their buddies.
Oh
were
my gosh, yeah.
After it.
I could tell a bit of that story, but
Mm.
it's,
I would love to know.
It's a little interesting.
I heard it was heavy.
Basically, I got tickets for Hayden and my buddy Tay to come to the All-Star. Only two.
Tay Vinci.
Tay Vinci. the men's league hero.
Yeah.
Just absolute
Absolute
beauty.
legend.
Absolute beauty. So a couple extra tickets came my way. I slid them over to Hayden and Tay. And then Tay invited a few of his friends. And they went, where did they procure their tickets? Not from me.
Yeah. So, first of all, I was meeting up with Tay to carpool down.
Yep.
Thought it was just Tay. I get in the car. He's got 2 of his work friends with him.
Mhm.
I'm like, oh, sweet. I guess they got their own tickets. Sweet. We're all going down together. Cool. We get down there. We're getting some food before we head into the fanfare. And all of a sudden, the one guy, I'm not going to give away names. I don't know if they want
Sure.
to be public. He's like, oh, yeah, those tickets are a scam. I haven't got the email. I'm on the phone with my bank right now to see if I can get the money back. And I was like, well, how much you pay for him? He's like, $150. I was like, dude,
For $300.
for $300 minimum tickets, you're not getting them for $150. You should have known. He's like, yeah, well, I'll see if there's a scalper around and I'll get a ticket to go in. And
There
then
were scalpers.
there were, but they wanted $500.
$500.
And that was after maybe 30 minutes into the skills comp at least.
Yeah.
So you're outside still?
No, not me. Me and Tay went in.
No, I didn't scam them.
Oh.
I didn't scam them.
Yeah, I got real tickets from Jeremy. But yeah, this buddy of Tay's and his work friend are stuck outside of the rink downtown Toronto, absolutely intoxicated, running into some issues with the police, and apparently they couldn't find the car, and all this stuff is happening while Tay and I are just in there enjoying the skills comp
They basically they were stranded. They were stranded in Toronto.
because they couldn't get at any bar.
They couldn't, no one would let them in.
Yeah,
They were just wandering the streets for 3 hours while Tay
Tay
Hayden
kept
enjoyed
every
the
20
skills
minutes. Tay would get a phone call.
H2O.
You'd get a phone call.
comp. Drink water.
And be
boys.
like, dude, where's the car?
Water's better.
Water's better. I was H2Oing it all weekend.
Yeah. Oh, lots of water for this guy.
Oh yeah.
So that was fun.
How do you feel about Kucherov at the skills comp?
Oh,
People were booing him.
I think the ego was too
Everyone was
big
saying-
after he messed up the first event.
You know what's
and
funny is
then-
people were booing him from the first.
I thought they were
Okay.
saying Cooch.
No, they were going boo, but I was like, "Why are you booing him? Like, I love this guy. He's a great player."
Mhm.
But it's because it's in Toronto and it's versus Tampa, and
Oh,
but then everyone was saying that they're booing because he wasn't trying. But I was like, they started
No,
booing
it was
before he even did the first competition.
No, but so what happened? Like it was the first competition was the passing. Like
That he competed in.
it was the what was
One timer was
the
the first
one-timer.
one.
So he didn't do.
He didn't do very well.
He was the one-timer guy, and then doesn't do well in the one-timer competition, and then he's like, ego's too big. Then he stops trying. Like that's such a bad look. Like that's so dust.
I'm too cool for this. I'm too good
cool.
for the
Yeah,
All-Star.
relax, dude.
I don't
Like,
even need to try. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, I'm just being
I've-
here because I make $10 million.
I'm not allowed to say no. So
Yeah.
I have a theory.
Okay.
The Olympics were announced that day.
Oh.
That the
I didn't even
NHL
think about
players.
that. Didn't even think about that.
It was announced that day that the NHL players are all going to the Olympics. It's going to be best on best, but
We'll
Didn't
talk
even-
about that more.
no Russia.
Didn't even think about.
No Russia.
that.
So
Yeah.
Kuch is there. Oh, I don't get to play, right? And then
I
on
didn't even
top
think about that.
on top of that, the NHL says, "Oh, and by the way, we're also doing our own version of the Olympics called the Four Nations Cup. The Four Nations: Canada, USA, Finland, Sweden. No Russia.
Yeah.
No Russia." I think Kuch might have been a little bit upset with the NHL,
Mm.
and maybe that was his little mini protest.
Maybe.
He was having a little tantrum out there.
It's a theory, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
to be
dude,
fair, though,
the-
I've
the
seen him
best-
not.
the best player in the league.
The best player right now with the most points, like just absolutely crushing, and he got 0.5 points in the entire skills comp.
Yeah.
But to be fair, even when he's playing an actual game, it doesn't look like he's trying that hard.
No, he's so
Yeah.
dirty, bro.
Yeah.
He's
Like
so
he doesn't need to try to
filthy,
do
like-
well.
Or
But-
can we go the other way and say the skills comp is not really reflection? Like hockey is different than the skills comp.
Yeah,
Like-
there was a bit of both in my mind.
100%.
He definitely wasn't. He didn't care about the outcome, so he wasn't trying, and he was trying to like just look like nonchalant.
Hey, what about Drysdale? How long did it take him to hit 4 targets? Like an entire minute?
I don't think I would. I don't think I'm capable of doing that.
No.
I don't think I don't know if I'm capable of doing that. Like, I
Of,
think it's-
of missing that many times in a row?
I think it's hard. Like, that's the easiest. Any challenge, that is the one I would.
I
easily
feel
do that.
if you lined up everyone on one of our men's league teams, one of us would hit 4 for 4.
Oh,
It wouldn't be
yeah.
as fast,
I've
but
done it. I've
yeah.
done it when I was
Well,
when I was like
Every kid has gone
10.
4 for 4. Every kid has
I
gone
did
4
it on
for
a
4.
challenge. I won one of those challenges. I did,
Right.
I was like, yeah, it's not. I guess like 40 seconds. You give me 40 seconds to hit those 4 targets. Oh
And the targets aren't small.
Yeah.
no,
They're
it's
decent sized targets.
it's not small at all. It's hard to do.
Yo, I should hit up Cheetos and be like, yo, got any more of those targets
But
left?
he wasn't shooting it like he was like snapping them. Like it was like he was missing like the middle of the net.
Yeah.
Like it was like he almost like he's so used to just shooting the one timers where
Yeah. It's
like-
because
like
he's got a
wrist shot.
beaver.
I shoot a wrist shot.
He's got a beaver tail of a blade, so it's.
But this is my thing: is that these pro guys don't stand there and shoot. There's always something happening. It's like it's fed to them and they shoot. They catch it and they shoot.
Yeah.
They're skating and they're
But
shooting.
He wasn't shooting a wrist shot. McDavid
Yeah.
shoots wrist shots.
Yeah.
So like I shoot wrist shots. Like he was snapshotting,
Yeah.
yeah.
and the snapshot is like probably like 70% less accurate than a wrist shot. Like
Fair,
If
yeah.
you're
when
just
sweeping,
quickly snapping.
Yeah, a little sweep adds.
But his blade doesn't like favor an
that's
actual
what I'm
wrist
saying,
shot.
It was,
Yeah.
it was atrocious.
Yeah. But back on Kucherov, I wasn't done with that
Oh, sorry.
whole.
He wants more.
bookend.
You want more.
Let's go.
You want more. on
I wanted
Kuch.
to say, I think it was a combination
Mhm.
of him not caring about the outcome, but then also feeling a little bit like his feelings were hurt. So he's already in the
He's
mindset.
in a bad mood.
He's in a bad mood from the Olympics stuff.
And
like-
he wants to be on vacation.
and yeah, he's probably
He lives in Tampa. Relax.
So he does the one-timer competition first, which in his mind he's like, I should do pretty good at this. Doesn't do as good as he thought.
Yeah.
The crowd was already booing him before
Yeah.
he even started shooting.
He just had enough.
And once he didn't do well, he's like, well, I'm probably not going to win now, so I'm just going to lean into. It's called being the heel,
Yeah.
like wrestling, you know. Like he's just going to lean into being the villain.
Mhm.
Everyone's going to keep booing me, and I can at least be a story in that sense that I'm not trying. You know, like he's like trying to be the. He's not dumb.
He's
Like
the villain.
He's
Play
not,
the villain.
he's not just being immature and not trying to spite anyone. I think he's just like, well, it's done, so I'm just gonna have fun now.
Yep.
And like people booing him, he probably is like, this is funny.
yeah.
You know, like the Russian humor. Like he's probably like, this is hilarious. All the Toronto people booing me.
Yeah.
You know, like he's probably
Yeah.
just getting a kick out of it.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, like if he's there at the All-Star game, he knows he's not going to win the $1 million. He's like, why not have a little fun? That's what I saw.
He's mad because he had to fly from Tampa Bay, Florida, to Toronto, and that Russia didn't get in the Olympics, and that there's no Russia in the Four Nations
To
Cup.
compete in a competition that McDavid made up.
Yeah. and it's rigged, so McMillions gets it.
Yeah.
Oh,
McDavid
I
gets
got a
the
funny
McMillions.
skit coming out about that today.
Yeah, no surprise that McDavid won it. He won the fastest scarcity. He won the accuracy. He also won. Oh,
The stick handling as well.
and the stick handling was not much of a stick.
It was more
handling.
skating and
There-
maneuvering, yeah.
There were a lot of backwards crossovers involved in that stick handling competition.
Oh,
Kane
but
wouldn't win that one.
Also, I wasn't sure of the rules because some of the guys, like McDavid, turned halfway through
Yeah.
the reverse.
Yeah.
That was a forward. That's such a forward thing to do.
Yes. Yeah. it
When,
is.
when the rule is you have to go up, turn backwards, skate all the way back.
Yeah.
Pivot,
They pivoted halfway through.
A little early.
That was ridiculous.
little early.
As a
That's like what the
defenseman?
coaches, when they're trying to teach you to pivot and go backwards, it's like, don't do that. Don't turn too early. You got to, you know.
That's ridiculous. You got to go backwards around the cone
Yeah.
and then forwards.
Yeah.
That is like, as watching that as a defenseman, I was like, Quinn Hughes did it properly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Pedersen tried to do it properly and then caught an edge and fell into his own
Well, then you see
poster.
Oh,
that
yeah.
McDavid turns halfway through. It's like, well, now I got to compete with that. So then Barzell like just turns so quick. Like
All right, Chippy.
Barzell's nasty.
He is good.
I think he's
good.
like
he's got great edge. work.
underrated.
He's
Like,
very underrated, but he doesn't perform. That's the thing. Like, I mean, he's a good player. He
this year,
performs.
yeah,
but
I think this year he is.
he's not 100 points a game. Like, or
He's the
100
only
points a season.
offense
his
on the
first
Islanders.
season. I think his first season he was like 85 points.
Like he's on the Islanders, remember?
I know, but still, he should drop 100 points in one season.
How about
On the Islanders with no.
We haven't even.
like, I don't know.
We haven't even mentioned Bieber, Tate McRae, Buble. There's
Yeah, so let's get. My highlight was the shootout, like in the skills comp. That was
1-1,
like the
yep.
most fun thing to watch. That was
That they
defi-
actually tried.
that they actually tried, and it was competitive, and it was neat to see Nylander do better than McDavid in that category.
Yeah,
Right?
it
Like-
was.
Like that was pretty cool. Jeremy, yours was also the skills comp.
I just like the new format. I like
Yeah.
that they actually try. You get to see all the best of the best.
So I'll give you one more. What about off the ice before we get to Chippy's favorite part of the weekend? What was your favorite
Off the
moment
ice,
Off the ice.
Just loved the 3v3 Creator Cup.
Oh,
That was
Oh, yeah.
awesome. That was
that
awesome.
was actually.
I wish I was there to watch that
yeah.
It was.
fun.
It was energy was.
or to
just-
like film it.
It was sunny, man.
You could have.
Yeah.
You could
So
have.
I could have came down, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
The sun was unbelievable.
Yeah, it looked like really nice weather. All right, Chippy, what about you? What was your favorite? I'll give you one from the actual All-Star game / skills comp,
Okay.
and one
Yeah.
from
Was
the creator stuff off the ice.
Was it meeting Bieber in the bathroom?
I wish I met Beeps in the bathroom. No, I didn't. No, shout out.
I could have met Bieber.
Hold on, can you
Yeah,
sign this just one sec?
No, you could have. What do you mean you could have met
Sign
Bieber?
what now? So, as you were signing tons of autographs, every kid you walk by forms a line.
Yeah.
So it was after the game, and Mason wanted an Austin Matthews autograph. So I'm like, I'll see what we can do, dude. I know like a spot we can head like down. So we go to the elevators, and I run into someone, and like, oh, my son's a huge fan. Can we get a picture? Sure. Right. Oh, are you going up to the suites? And I was like, oh, Mason wants to get an autograph from Matthews. Like, oh, Mitch Marner and Justin Bieber are up in the 200 suite. We could like take you up there. And I was like, sure. And like, yeah, we were in the suite next to him, and she shows a picture of her kid posing next to Biebs.
Right.
And
Come on, man. I needed to get into one of those suites. I can't believe I didn't get into one of those suites, man. I couldn't believe it.
So I'm like, oh, sweet. Yeah, she's like, yeah, just like,
Oh, sweet.
she's like, head up there. Like, they might still be up there. So we took the elevator up to the 200 level, but they were gone.
Ah.
It was close. It was close, but
You would have been a legend.
But-
that Instagram photo would have went crazy.
then yesterday I'm checking my DMs, and it was a crazy weekend. I didn't have time to even check anything.
Mhm.
I was doing my best, but there's like this hidden spam folder thing in Instagram,
Yeah, like
and so I jumped.
Message
Yeah,
requests.
I jumped in there to see if I missed any, and there's a message from this guy, and he's like, hey, like, are you guys going to the? So this was at the skills comp, and the next day was the game.
Right.
So I have a message in the morning that I missed saying, hey, like, are you going to the skills game? You can join us up in the suite. And it would have been next to Justin Bieber's
Oh.
suite,
way.
right? And I'm like, dude, I'm so sorry I missed this message.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I had a chance to just hang out in a suite next to Biebs.
That would have been pretty cool.
Yeah, I was looking at everyone.
Whoops.
I was looking at
Whoops.
everyone in those suites. I'm like, I can't believe I'm not.
You
in
should
one
have
of those
just
right
walked.
now.
You
Can't
could have
believe I'm
just
not in one
walked
of those
up to
right now.
it.
I know.
Hey,
I
like
I
you,
know.
you have the
I know.
stature now that you could just walk up and people would think that you're already there.
100%. You could go
Yeah.
up there and hang out, and then
And then
someone would
people
ask
would
for your-
talk to you, and you just walk in with them because they'd be like, "Oh, come on."
Exactly.
Yeah.
You just go up to the thing, and there's like someone
I
who
had all my
like,
buddies there. I was like, I would have. Like,
Yeah,
Austin won.
Oh, because you would have had to abandon someone else.
I would have to ban all my buddies.
Yeah, and you don't want to do
So,
that.
or bring 5 of them.
no, yeah,
Right.
that's a little
But
harder.
you
eh?
get in, then you sneak one more in.
Yeah,
Then 20
exactly.
minutes later, you get the other guy in.
If we just hung out outside of the thing and waited for like a group of kids and all take pictures and be like, okay, yeah, see, and then we just walk in, like the person would be like, oh, well, they're taking pictures. You guys are obviously famous. They belong here.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. That would have been dope though. Meeting Biebs. My highlight, like from the actual event,
Mhm.
it was probably I liked the game. I enjoyed watching the actual All-Star game, like the 3-on-3. It kind of got intense there.
Which was the best game, like for like the hockey? Which one did you like the most? I loved McKinnon's little backhand.
Oh, that
Flick
little
over the
floater,
shoulder.
the
That was
backhand
nasty.
floater.
Yeah.
honestly the finals was fun to watch. Like,
Matthews versus McDavid.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
it was nice to see the boys lift a trophy. and
Yeah.
at the end of
Did you
Yep.
see Pasta's
I
comment?
saw it.
It's like
shade.
they don't win very much, so they needed a win and they got one.
Yeah.
And he's
mean,
like smiling.
I'm telling you, like, I think that's gonna be bad juju for
Yeah.
Pasta. That's bad juju for Pasta and
Al-
the Bruins. I'll tell you
Also, a bit of something that flew under the radar. Pasternak actually won the hardest shot competition during the All-Star
Yeah.
at mini sticks.
that. Hey, what?
They had a mini sticks hardest shot competition
Oh, at the fanfare?
with a bunch of the NHL. So DeBrincat, Pasternak, Willie Stiles.
Was that the Sherwood event?
I don't know. I think the NHL just did it as jokes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's on their YouTube channel.
Oh.
And yeah, so they give all the boys mini sticks and just have them rip.
Was one of them rocking a battle mode, and that's who won?
No,
Imagine.
no. They gave them those cheap little $1 plastic
Yeah.
ones.
The ones you
No,
could
those
heat up
ones
and
you could
melt.
Snipe with.
Okay.
I
What,
don't like these new ones. They don't have flex.
they were shooting a padded ball, like not a mini
One
stick
hand?
ball, not a mini stick ball. Like those ones can really fly.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like there's kind of ones with like fluff inside of them.
Oh. Yeah,
How
yeah.
hard? How hard do you think it went? Hardest shot. Who won it? What
In
was
miles
it?
per hour?
Yeah, miles per hour.
32. Well, if it's all wrist, maybe even
50,
up to like 45.
50.
56 was
56.
Most of the guys were hitting 51, 51, 51, 53.
And that's all
51,
just
53.
wrist. Yeah.
And yeah, mostly wrist. I think some of them hit like a 30 or a
They make
40.
you do that one hand.
Exactly, so-
whap.
So the WAP, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
and you just sting your buddy.
Yeah.
Those little stingers.
Those
with
that
the
works
stinger.
well with the foam balls, not
Yes.
the ones that
Comes
have
up
the
and-
hollow inside with the foam.
so-
or the
so-
fluff.
Pasta teed up a clap bomb and like leaned and fell right over. He put his entire body into the shot. He got it up to 56 miles per hour.
That's hilarious.
That's unbelievable.
He knows one speed, and that's
It's-
full power.
It's on YouTube. Go check it out and leave a little comment. I got the top comment on there, so just leave a little hey, what's up, Coach Jerry?
Yeah.
I also like
Awesome.
seeing Bieber. Just Bieber in his
With his coat?
mushroom jacket. Magic. Is that a magic mushroom jacket?
It looks like
Was
it.
everyone on mushrooms this weekend? Like all Bublé's
Lots
out
of
here.
portobellos. Lots of
Oh,
portobellos going
hey,
around.
Just mushroom o'clock.
I think he
mean,
was
it
just
makes
joking,
sense.
but he drops that like
Was he?
satire joke and then leaves. Well, that's what he said. I was at the SDPN the
Well, then,
following.
no, then Steve made a video.
Yo,
Yeah.
is Bettman like coming at him now? Like, you please don't say that during press conferences. Please don't talk about magic mushrooms. Like,
Well,
you know what I mean?
yeah, Bettman had a field day
No.
because he was like,
Like,
"There's someone showing personality.
No,
What do I
it's
do?"
Bublé, it's Bublé.
I know, but the
You can't
NHL
talk to
legal, the
Bublé.
NHL legal is so like strict about everything.
I know, but it's
like,
Bublé.
I know. It's,
Like, he's bigger than
He wouldn't
the
care.
NHL.
Yeah.
Is he
But like
not
it was
really?
from what he said, it was just a joke.
I know.
Yeah, but it's still hilarious.
Yo,
Like,
if any NHL player said something like that, they'd be getting a fine.
yeah,
Oh yeah, you
They
can't.
get
find-
a
can't find
suspension.
Bublés.
No.
It's
they'd be put
what-
into
what-
the.
what's
He's already
what's
fine.
the Bublé song? I'm feeling. He's so big. Bublé's huge.
The Bublé song. You mean like just every
He's got a
Christmas
bunch.
cover
Christmas, what's the
ever,
Christmas
and XYZ.
Is
I don't
he,
know.
Does he just do covers? Is that
No,
what-
no.
No, he
he's-
does his own
The
stuff.
guy can sing.
Yeah, I just was joking.
He was
because
like a
that's,
modern day Sinatra for a while there.
Yeah. All right.
Four Nations
Anything-
Cup.
Anything else from the?
Oh, my off ice. I didn't get an off ice.
Yeah, what's your off ice pick?
Oh, I guess yeah. Bieber's at the game. So what's your creator one? Your off ice.
The
stuff?
off ice one
Yeah.
was probably hitting the mish in the shootout,
Mm,
creator shootout. I'm not gonna lie to you, I've never done that in my life. I've never scored doing that in my
Yeah.
entire life.
Yeah.
Check out Chippy's Instagram or TikTok to
Yeah,
go
and,
watch that.
And I was watching, you're watching Beller, you're watching Barbs. They're all doing the
Yeah, the
Man,
Whirly
we're
Or I
Bird.
don't do it. I don't
Zeros.
ever do it.
No.
And then I was like, like I know I could do that little one where you lift it up, and
Spin and throw.
I've never done it though.
Yeah?
I've never done it. Never scored on a goalie with it.
Yep.
And I was like, you know what? This is the moment. Went in, executed it.
You only
Hillary,
got one
Hillary
shot.
Knight was in the crowd doing the judging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
I
I
love
res-
that.
I respect-
love that.
I respect that,
Thank you.
and it's funny because the highlight of any shootout I've ever taken was
First
actually
attempt.
at the end of a practice when I was younger, and I pulled off that same move,
Yeah.
bar down over the
And
goalie.
Oh.
his first attempt. Like,
And
there
it
was one-
sits
you
in my
can't do that
memory.
twice. You cannot
Yeah.
try that twice.
Yeah.
It was like the end of the practice when you're doing a shootout, and if you don't score, you walk off the ice, and only
Yeah.
there was 3 people left,
Oh, nice.
and I pulled that off to like win it basically because
Nice.
the other 2 hadn't
Oh.
scored.
I would also say another highlight was I was standing at the fanfare, like behind the curtains. Like Matthews had just walked by. I was trying to see him, but didn't get a chance. I got him on the vlog though.
Yep.
And then I'm just sitting there with like Austin Alexander. We're just chilling, and then all of a sudden, like I'm just like walking. I just hear like Chippy, and then I look, and it's Marie Philippe Poulin.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
With a big smile on her face. And then I go up to her and I was like, yo, I need a photo. Like, I was like, you're the GOAT.
Yeah,
The GOAT of
That's
women's
sick.
hockey.
Yep.
And I was like, got a photo with her. And
That's
like,
sweet.
that was like a dope.
that's a good highlight.
That
for
was
sure.
dope. She said hi to me. And I
Yeah.
was like, yo, I need to get
That's
a photo
sweet,
with
that's
you.
sweet.
Like, that's sick. Like,
Good exchange
'cause
there.
I did a video for their whole team
for her.
for the women's worlds.
Is
like,
she on Boston? What team is she on?
this
Or no,
was the
Montreal.
Canadian. This was the
Montreal.
Canadian versus USA finals. They
Oh,
got me to
okay.
make a video for them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
wow,
so
that's
she,
cool.
She remembered, and it was good. It was a
I-
good little
I-
moment.
Speaking of women's hockey, I gotta throw this out there. Can people just relax in the comments section of the highlights?
Yeah.
Like I love seeing the PWHL highlights,
Mhm.
and it's guaranteed the most upvoted one is some like critical. Oh, this looks like my men's league or something like that.
Yeah.
Like relax. They're the best women in the world, right? We're watching the women's league.
Oh,
Let's
the
enjoy
highlights
it.
are dirty, man.
Let's watch the highlights and
Yeah,
just
like, they're doing moves.
And I almost guarantee
can't
that
do.
they're wrong, that they're not. Their men's league game isn't as good.
oh, they're just being
They
rude.
just
guarantee-
think that their men's league game looks better,
guarantee
but
it.
it's not.
Why are you triggered that it's there's a female in the highlight? Why does
Yeah.
that make you upset?
Uh-huh.
Right? And it's like if you go to your kid's game, say your kid's like 9 years old,
Mm-hmm.
you're just gonna watch that game. because you're watching. You know what you're watching, right?
Yeah.
And you're not going to be like,
Yeah, it's
oh,
just
13-year-olds could crush
all-
these
all
kids,
it is-
right?
Yeah.
it's
if someone,
immaturity, and people are trying to find negative.
oh, it's the
things to
worst.
say, like any comment section's gonna have those people that are
Well,
just-
and also
any like
to be fair, usually
I-
when you're on Instagram or TikTok,
it's easier
only
to bring
the
someone
high,
down.
like the highest echelon of NHL clips only get in people's feed usually.
Yeah.
So then it's like they're just not used to the different caliber of hockey.
Yeah.
So like I can see the contrasting. There is a difference between the men's
Contrast,
NHL
right?
and the PWHL, but there's a reason they're separate.
Yeah.
They're not playing in the same league, and it's great that they have actual
Well,
pro hockey
I'm
for
seeing
women
these
now that
move-
it's
I'm
competitive.
seeing the moves
Yeah.
that are these girls are playing.
They're
out
playing
there.
hard. It's
They got
intense.
mitts like
They're laying hits almost.
highlight reel like
Yeah,
it's
they're battling,
quality. Yeah, 100%.
and they're competitive. It's not just like they're doing it just because they want to win. You know,
It's
Yeah,
good
you just gotta,
hockey.
like,
It's good hockey to watch.
comment
and it's good for
section's
young
always-
young girls to watch and see and
Oh,
have
Olivia
someone to
loved
look up
it.
to. Yeah,
I threw it on and I didn't say that we're watching the women's game. I just, we're watching hockey again, right? Hockey's
Right.
on TV. And Mason is looking and he's like, he's the first one to notice. It was after like a few minutes too, right?
Yeah.
He's like, is that a girl in the penalty box?
right.
I'm like, yeah. And he's like, why is there a girl on that team? Right? And then Olivia kind of perks up and she's like, are those all girls? And then I'm like, yeah, they are. And she's like, and then she got like so excited and
That's
started
cool.
watching the game, right? And
That's a fun moment. I
yeah,
like
it was
that.
awesome.
That's awesome.
That's sick.
Yeah.
In terms of other hockey news, we already kind of brought it up a bit, but the Four Nations Cup plus the Olympics in 2026, NHL players are allowed to go to the Olympics again.
Finally. Okay.
It's about time.
When is the Olympics?
2026. I don't
Yeah.
know what. Probably in the winter.
Your predict in the winter in Italy. So are they going to do the All-Star next year and this
No.
Four Nation Cup?
No, it's the Four Nations.
Just the
All-Star.
Four Nation Cup.
That's what I heard, right?
I think that they're using the break from the All Star to do the Four Nation Cup. Yeah.
Okay. So here's what the NHL is going to do, which I love. 2026 we get the Olympics.
Mhm.
2028 World Cup.
Yeah, 2 years apart.
2030 Olympics.
And then in between will be the All Star game, probably.
I guess, yeah.
I think they'd do that.
So we'd skip like every 2 years. So instead of the All-Star game, they do the Olympics.
That's crazy that they're getting
No,
an All-Star.
I don't know, because the Olympics is a separate thing. They might still do the All Star.
I think they still do the All-Star.
because they need the advertising and stuff.
Yeah.
So they probably do both.
How are we feeling about only using Four Nations?
Well,
it's-
it's tough to make
they're-
only
It's-
NHL
it's
players.
It's just North America versus world. Like why would you like not allow?
It's
to me that's a little
it's
bit.
Canada and USA are separate teams.
So Draisaitl's not going to be playing in it, and he's like the best player in the world.
Yes.
That to me that's ridiculous.
Yeah. So that's where it's.
But what's
Yeah.
here's the thing is that they can't really do a team Germany. Are there enough German players in the
That's what I'm
NHL?
saying, just North
right?
America versus world.
They could do that. That's how they used to do the All-Star game. I loved
Yeah.
it when it was North America versus
You
the
know,
world.
I've been against this from the get go when they did the World Cup. I said instead of doing like the country thing, because you're not like
I like
it's
the
only
country thing.
NHL players,
Yeah.
so they can't have the smaller countries and stuff. I get the idea; it makes sense, but I think they should have just done like division versus division.
Nah. I want Canada. I want USA. I want to see that. People want to see USA versus Canada. That's a huge rivalry that
Yeah.
you got to
They
see.
should have just done a. They should have just done a 7-game.
But then you
series.
can't get.
They should have done like a summit series.
But then you can't put Draisaitl on a
Here-
team.
here's-
That's
here's-
not.
here's
We
what you
want- We want to see 5 games of these guys
Canada.
Yeah.
battle.
Mhm.
How unreal! Would
Oh,
that
fair,
be?
eh? Summit series.
Summit
yeah.
series.
All right. So Canada, US, Finland, Sweden, world, right?
Yeah, why not?
And then Russia can play, but not as Russia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Which
So
is
you got the
like have
Russian,
another
German,
team.
Slovakia, Czechia, Slovenia.
yeah, they'd be stacked.
That'd be a sweet team. Like you can see Stutzla and Draisaitl and like, Kuch and
Ovechkin. and-
Ovi, yeah. And
William Nylander is on Sweden, I guess,
yeah,
right?
Sweden, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that's the challenge, I guess. Like, would they even have enough for a world?
I think they do world. If you do
Oh,
those 4 teams,
Yeah.
like you could give Russia their own team probably. There'd be
Russia could have his own team for sure.
well they have the
kidding?
goaltending and they have yeah, Russia could have,
Kraken, Zadorov, bro.
Yeah,
it's,
yeah.
They're stacked.
Yeah.
Russia's always a beast of a team.
but I think Canada and US would have the 2 strongest teams
Yeah.
there.
But I guess my feeling, like the sentiment behind it and why I never liked the World Cup is because too many people confuse it with the Olympics.
Yeah.
And like in my mind, it's the it's taking away from the excitement of the Olympics a little bit because people think it's like, oh, they just played last year, but it's like, no, one is organized by the country,
Yeah.
and they're just the players from the NHL are allowed to go to camp
Yeah.
and compete for it, and obviously it's going to be mostly NHL players, all NHL players, let's be real.
Yeah.
But there might be like for some of the other countries, there'll be players from like
Oh, there are.
the
Yeah,
KHL,
would
and,
be
like the
going for
Swedish
Russia.
elite leagues and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So
I kind of like what they did with that World Cup, with like the under 8, like the
Under
North
23.
America, under 20. Like that was kind of
Yeah.
sick.
They had all the young guys on one team.
Yeah, I like that.
oh yeah, The
I don't know. I want
the
to see.
young guns, you'd call them, I guess.
I want to see Bedsy with McDavid and McKinnon. I don't want him to pull him out, right? I want to see that. I want to see that.
Honestly, like what's who's gonna be? Like, is Marshy gonna be around? Is Crosby?
That's the
gonna
thing.
be around?
Stammer won't be, I don't think, anymore. I think he's going to age out. Crosby
the
will probably be
fourth
aged
line?
out.
Well, it's 2026. Yeah, like
That's what I'm
Crosby's going to be 2 years older,
next
Yeah,
year,
Crosby will be
next
aged
year,
out
next
but
probably.
he'll be on like third line probably.
Tavares won't be there. Stamkos probably won't be there.
Yeah, it's
So who, like Macklin Celebrini, like is he gonna be making the lineup next year at the Four Nations Cup?
For the Four Nations Cup, probably not. Olympics, maybe.
Dude, but like
It depends. Only if he takes
Celebrini's
over the league.
Dirty, bro.
yeah.
Did you notice that every great player has an M or a C or both in their name? Let's go Nathan McKinnon. We got
Coach
Connor,
Chippy.
Coach
No, but
Chippy.
I do
Connor
know that
McDavid. That's a C and an M. Macklin Celebrini. That's an M and a C.
And guess, I mean, I'm not gonna say it.
Kale McCarr. That's a C and an M. Hey, Kale McCarr.
you notice that, but you don't know which hand they shoot.
Marchand. Brad Marchand. M. Everything's a C or an M.
It could just be English.
And what's my name? Don't say it, but you know.
Yeah. Oh.
Don't say it, but you know,
no.
brother.
We got the.
Don't say it, but you know.
Oh my gosh, that's unreal.
CM.
Oh wow. Coach McChippy.
Coach McChip.
Coach McChippy.
yeah.
No, but I do want to see Canada, U.S.
Yeah.
Like,
Austin
who's our
Matthews.
tenders? Like, who's playing net? That's our only.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a challenge too, especially.
Netminders.
Yeah, like I was originally thought it would be like Carter Hart or
Oh,
something, but
that's
with
no-go.
that
Mm-mm.
bag of
He's playing
bag of
prison puck.
worms, maybe not. Who else would be a goalie for them?
Is it Benner?
I mean,
Bennington.
he's not terrible, but he's not like
Do we
Carey
not
Price
produce-
level.
Do we not produce any
No.
goalies?
No,
Like,
no.
We have no one right now. Yeah.
Holy
I'm gonna check.
cow,
I'm gonna
dude.
check. I'm gonna check the top goaltenders.
The Czechia goaltenders are massive, bro.
Finland produces amazing goaltenders, and it seems like Russia's producing some good goalies now. as
Russia
well.
definitely does.
Yeah.
Talking about goalies, while you look that up, Jer, I'll let you finish it off after. But how do you guys feel about Samsonov playing?
I didn't get
Being
the
the new
chance to watch
starter
the
again.
game last night.
Because you had hockey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I saw it was tied. with
He gave them a
3 minutes
chance to
left.
win. The Leafs only got one goal, so you can't blame Samsonov.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
But the Leafs are 0-3 against the Islanders this season,
brutal.
and they're not even a
Brutal
playoff team.
losses. Brutal losses too. Like
Yeah, they're like
Last-
1-goal losses
last
each one.
minute of the game.
And they also
they're
lost
great.
to Chicago both times they played them.
Yeah, look, so they lost 4-3, 4-3, and then 3-2. Oh, they
And
got
we
two
didn't,
goals
we didn't even
last
get a
night.
point.
Yeah.
In some of those.
Yeah,
like,
well, two of them were
regulation.
overtime
Oh.
losses, but yeah, they've lost by 1 goal in each of them, and they
For
just can't
sure.
seem to score against the Islanders, and that worries me because the Islanders, the only way they win games is playing like playoff hockey, where you win by like 1 goal every time, and the Leafs seem to, if they lose a game, it seems to be by 1 goal like every single time, and that concerns me for the playoffs because if you're losing, the only games you lose are by 1 goal, that's like playoffs written right all over it.
Yeah. Are they? Then we're like out of a spot now.
Let's see.
Like playoffs gonna be dangerous. Like we're like trying to sneak into playoffs now. Like we're in that territory.
Yeah. Oh no, we're 82%. Is this refresh? Is this recent?
Yeah,
This is with.
this is with the
Okay.
Where
the
do we
last
sit?
game.
Like, who's like on
Leafs
our,
are like 82%.
who's on our butt?
Lightning, Red Wings.
Oh.
Lightning.
Red Wings is more close than Lightning, I think. Let me look at the
How
standings.
the Lightning's not doing good? How are the Lightning not doing good?
All right, I got
they,
this.
they didn't do. They haven't been doing well at all this.
I got the stats here for goalies. The top goalie in the league right now is Gorgiev for Colorado,
Stuart
with-
Skinner.
and then Thatcher Demko for Vancouver, United States. Stuart Skinner, Canadian, but
Is he even a starter?
he's got the Oilers behind him. He's got the most wins for the team, 23 wins.
Okay.
So he's probably riding that hot streak.
But like his like goals per game is probably pretty high because he's playing for the Oilers.
Connor Ingram, I've heard about this guy.
Yeah, and then Connor Ingram. I think he's a younger. He's with Arizona, so I mean that's promising.
Yeah.
If he can win with Arizona,
Yeah.
yeah. And then Binnington is the next Canadian
How
one.
many states there are?
Yeah, Connor Hellebuck, Thatcher Demko, Jeremy Swayman, Jake Ottinger, all great goalies, all from the U.S. And then Russia has Gorgiev, Bobrovsky, Shesterkin, Vasilevsky.
Yeah.
That's some talent.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, these Czech goalies are a different beast.
Yeah.
They're gonna
Pardon me. Tampa is now ahead of the Leafs in the standings.
I
so I
told
was,
you.
Yeah,
But,
that page
but-
doesn't update all the time.
but they are very much so just finding their stride in the
And
second
we're
half
tied
of the
with
season.
Detroit.
Because last I saw, Tampa was below Detroit
Mm,
and just barely above Montreal.
yeah.
So they've been gaining some speed here. into
We're
the
we're
playoffs.
wild card territory here, which is absolutely terrible.
Yeah, Leafs have 58 points. They're tied with Detroit right now.
Four
58.
All-Stars on the team.
2 games in hand though.
I mean 5 if you count
I know,
Tavares.
but we know those games. Anything could happen in those.
Well, yeah,
games.
two games if the Leafs lose and Detroit wins.
Tampa's
starts
on a
winning the
3-game
game.
heater.
It's a log jam right in the middle there.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope the Leafs can figure it out.
Detroit's 6-2-2 in their last 10. The Leafs are 4-5-1. They're 500.
Tampa's
barely
8
500.
8-2.
Yeah, Tampa's on a heater.
Wow.
And same with
Yikes.
Florida, 6-2-2. Boston 7-1-2. So the Leafs are looking like they're probably going to face either Boston, Florida, or Tampa if Tampa can catch Florida. But they're like 7 points behind. So
Give me Florida, Toronto in the first round. Let's get it over with.
and then Boston in the second round.
Yeah.
Just get all of the exercise,
Yeah.
all of the demons.
Damn, bro. That's insane.
But it's not looking good. Remember before the season started when I said the Leafs need to get worse before they get better.
Yeah. But they didn't. They started well.
No, I meant like they need to be so bad that we're talking about them missing the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
And then they get into the playoffs as the quote unquote underdog.
Right. Get some adversity in
And
there.
that's to
I
me
said
when they
that.
win it.
I said that's when they're gonna. Yeah, exactly.
Because they're not expected
And
to win
then-
each round, but then they come like they can't win as the favorite. They just
No.
can't do it.
Yeah.
They choke.
Yeah.
But so that's why I said they need to get worse before they get better. They need to be so bad that people are talking, do they even deserve to be in the playoffs?
Mm. And then they
And
prove
then
people
they
wrong.
prove them wrong. Yeah. That's the only narrative that I saw working. And it's so far it's on track. Who knows if they squeak into the
We gotta-
playoffs,
Yeah, we got to squeak. in.
4th seed or wild card, and then end up making it past the second round for the first time in however many.
Yep.
70 years. I don't know.
How many more games are remaining?
Like
30.
38,
Yeah.
something like that.
Well, it's
These are long seasons, eh?
34 for the Leafs.
How do you tell how many games?
Because it's
right
it's
there.
82 games. They got
33.
48. So
34.
34 left. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of. They play a lot of games, man.
That's a lot of hockey.
Steve Dangle's famous thing is, that's so many games, 82 games.
It is
It's a lot of hockey.
like they.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw a clip. I forget who it was now. I was going to bring it up in the last pod. Now I've forgotten. Someone scored a goal and they did the old monkey off the back.
Oh, against
like
the
a-
Leafs.
It was against the Leafs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forget
Yeah,
who it
sounds
was.
about right.
And they hadn't scored in like 76 games or something like that. They hadn't scored a goal.
Yeah.
That was against Winnipeg. I
We,
think.
and we handed it right to him, and then someone scored their
It was
first goal.
DeMello. DeMello, does that sound right? I think it was DeMello.
Maybe I
It
don't
was
know
a
if I wrote it down.
defenseman. It was a defenseman.
let
Yeah,
me
he's
see
a
if I wrote it
defenseman.
down.
And we had someone score their first goal of their.
Oh, it was
career
Sandberg.
yesterday.
Sandberg hasn't scored in 76 games.
Ah,
Right? And he takes the monkey off his back. Could you imagine if one of us haven't scored in 76 games? Would you not just quit hockey?
that's like 3.5 years.
That's a defenseman, though.
No, come on.
As a D man.
Like
No,
Bogdan?
I'm saying one of us in men's league. If we
Oh.
went 76 games in men's league, that's what 3 full seasons.
There's guys on both my men's league teams that play defense and haven't scored in
yeah,
a
but
couple
but
years.
but then you just don't give them the puck, and you don't expect them to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Tommy said you guys got pounded on Sunday.
oh yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
I didn't show
We
up.
played against TL Tire.
I hurt
You
my
weren't
knee.
there. Hayden wasn't there. The other Hayden wasn't there. Brad wasn't there. Brady wasn't there. So it was me and the boys, and we were short one guy against the best team in the league,
Ah,
and they just moved the puck.
second best team in the league.
They just moved the puck around the zone, moved around, and at the end, our goalie's like, "Well, at least they didn't have any breakaways." It's like, can't get breakaways if you don't ever leave our zone, right?
Oh, they were just
Yeah.
snapping it.
They're just snapping it around.
That's rough.
And it's tough for me. I was
Is
playing.
there a new league? Because like
We could go to the 30+ league.
yeah.
Chippy can't play in that. I can't play
Fake
in
your
that.
ID, eh? Fake your ID.
I'm close, but not quite.
But the thing is, like, it was tough for me. I'm playing center, and I'm trying to like chase the puck down. But whenever I got close, they sent it up to the point, and then our wingers were trying to help out down low. But then right when they came down low, these guys were like, "Oh, there's space up top," so they passed it up top. And I'm like, "Oh, okay, I guess since the wingers aren't up there, I'll skate up there, right?" And then they just put it down low and score. I'm like, I felt so useless out there.
You need to do some recruiting, man. I'm
Yeah.
telling you that this.
I mean, we had fun though. Hey, Chippy, we had fun.
Did you have fun? I mean, for me, losing 14-2 is anything but fun. I can't do it. That's just my.
You know what?
You saw me. I don't like to lose.
You know what you got to do? You show up and you play the best hockey you can play, and that's all you can do. And that's what I did. I showed up and I did the best I could, and so did everyone else on the team. Sometimes
No, but sometimes I don't think they're doing the best that they can do. You know.
well, then we got to fire them up.
Smiling after
You know
being
what?
down
The
7-0.
last
I
game
don't
you
ever
weren't
want to see that again.
the last game you weren't there when Jeremy and I were there. Our defense were moving the puck. They were taking away the middle. They were actually making tape-to-tape passes.
We won 6-0.
And we won 6-0.
Won 6-0.
And it wasn't against the worst team in the league either. It was against
No.
the team that's beat us
Yeah.
probably 50-50.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was our best game of the year by far.
Talk about men's league. You win 6-0, and then you get thumped 12-2.
It's the ebbs and flows.
Oh
That's-
yeah.
Should we do the minor hockey mailbag?
Let's go. Let's wrap it up.
All right. I've got someone from Instagram, Stop the Ocean, says my teammate was playing music on his phone before the game, and the coach threw his phone and broke it. It was a
Whoa.
house league game.
Whoa! Whoa!
There's no context, though. That's all he said.
Coach is gonna have a bill to pay.
I'll give you some context to that. Coach is overstressed and underpaid. Just had the worst.
And no one brought him Timbits.
Right? You know, his kids are bugging him. His wife has been on his case all week. He's drowning. He's drowning. He shows up to this game. And that was just the last straw. He grabbed that phone and just chucked it across the room. And I bet he feels terrible now.
Coach has a bill to pay. Happy learned how to putt.
Yeah, I think that's completely unnecessary by the coach.
Not a puck daddy,
No.
regardless of the mood you're in.
He needs to sit down and have a nice apology. And
And a new iPhone.
and upgrade that phone. He's give him a free upgrade.
Yeah.
Yeah, free upgrade for that one.
All right, next up we got Johnny Hockey. He says, Jack Hughes is the greatest person to tie a pair of hockey skates. Here's why.
Mm-hmm.
Jack is playing hockey
In New Jersey.
in New Jersey. That's why.
Thanks for listening, everyone. I appreciate it, and have a great day.
That's a great reason. Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm.
Thanks for
He's-
that, Johnny.
he's playing.
How do we feel about Devils? Is that like insane to me?
That people are cheering for the Devils.
Is that like satanic? Like
Hmm.
I don't know why this hasn't been brought up before. Like,
They're Satan worshippers.
is it? Well, what? Yeah.
I was watching at the All-Star game the mascot competition. They did a competitive game of musical chairs. There was probably about 3,000 people watching in the
Where's-
stands. It was at the NHL Fan Fair. Mason and Olivia and Bry were loving it. And the New Jersey Devil mascot is actually Satan, just straight up Satan. Is
that not
and
insane?
the kids are cheering for him. I was like, no.
That's what I'm saying. Where's the angel? Like I think it should be New
The
Jersey.
New Jersey Angels.
Well, why? But is that like I don't know.
And their mascot is just Jesus,
I'm
baby
that's-
Jesus.
No,
I would like to look up the history behind why they're the Devils.
I mean,
Because there's got to be a reason, aside from someone just like, yeah, we're the Devils now, and then they just ran with it.
Right.
like, it's like villain.
Like if the Blackhawks had to change the, whatever,
To
and the
me-
Redskins.
The craziest thing is that
To me, it's
Miroslav Satan played for the
crazy.
Devils. His last name was literally Satan. Miroslav Satan.
I
That's
don't know.
funny.
I think it's crazy.
You think they should change it?
Funny.
I would. I mean, I'm.
You
prefer-
just
I don't
wondering-
even like. Yeah.
You know what? Clearly it doesn't work because New Jersey. When's the last time Jersey won? Well, I guess they had Brodeur. It did work for a long time. Did work
Yeah.
for a long time.
Yes.
Did they win a cup?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Brodeur
they won
some
multiple.
cups.
Yeah, yeah.
Jersey won some cups.
Yeah, they were.
They was Scott
But,
Stevens.
like I don't know. Like
yeah.
I think it's a little bit.
Don't like it. Not a fan.
I don't like it at all.
All right, we got someone on Spotify saying talk more about beef jerky. Yeah, we don't talk
Where
about
is that beef jerky that you brought the other day?
that was steak jerky.
$100 a bag.
No, it's
Oh,
like $20.
That
Oh.
one from Costco.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was
the-
Oh,
Kirkland.
there's a local guy
Where's the guy that gave you that free jerky? Let's get. I want a jerky every
Bo-
episode. We should be going home with a
bovine or
bag of
something.
jerky every episode.
jerky reviews every epi.
All right,
There's a
Off the top of the head, what's your favorite Jack Link's beef jerky flavor?
I don't ever
Yes,
get it.
No, Jack Link's not for me.
I don't ever get jerky.
Mm.
Only when you like just hand it to me.
But I don't buy the Jack Links because there's a local guy called Dave's that just makes the most incredible sticks of jerky you could ever ask for, and I will not touch anything else.
They're great. For me, I do like Jack Link's because I enjoy the easy to eat.
Yeah, I don't.
Like
I want to work for it.
Like I enjoy like any type of beef jerky, don't get me wrong.
Mhm.
But it is nice to be able to snack on one and actually chew it and swallow it without just gnawing on it for like 20 minutes.
For me, it's like a dog treat.
Yeah.
I get these
Jeremy's just like
sticks.
I'm like sitting there when Jeremy has these, it's just like
Yep.
like just in the corner just gnawing on
The
it.
first 10 seconds, you don't taste anything until you eventually work your way
It's
through
rewarding, it
it.
is.
And then it's like a flavor explosion. It's like
Yeah.
fireworks going
Oh,
off in
I'm
your mouth.
starving. I haven't had food all day.
All right.
Let's ram through this.
Yeah, we got one more comment here. A Potter fan here disagrees with
Whoa.
Chippy. After reading the book, you just can't enjoy the movies.
Oh,
I
wow.
disagree. I think you can enjoy both.
And then says weak pick. Weak pick.
With a smile. With a smile.
Oh, wow.
Thanks, Ben, for that. Disagreeing with Chippy. That's gonna. Those are fighting words here.
It's not even.
Chippy, did you read the books?
I'm just not even acknowledging who.
The Harry Potter
Who
books.
said that? I don't even know who said that.
All right, that's going to do it for this episode. Stay tuned. We got another episode coming out on Friday where we have all of our fun and games. We got Sty, No Sty, Most Canadian, Minute Madness, and the Draft. That's a real fun episode. We're splitting up the pod now into segments that are a bit shorter, easier for you guys to watch. This was supposed to be half an hour. It's an hour. But we had the All-Star game, so we had lots to talk about.
Sorry about that.
Thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. We'll see you
Gonna
guys
change the
on
world
Friday.
With
Gonna
my
change
hockey.
the world.
My hockey stick.
With my hockey stick, gonna make a real difference. Feed the poor and heal the sick.